everyone, welcome back to Wild and Free Art. Today I'm going to show you a new binding technique for single pages. It's called Slipknot binding. It's a super easy binding that doesn't require sewing, and it takes just a few minutes to do, and the pages lay flat, so it's pretty awesome. What you'll need is some string, cord, or other thing for binding, a hole punch for making the holes, and some scissors and a ruler. You don't really even need to make a template for this. It really is super easy. So my first step is going to be to measure my height of my book, and I've decided to do 3 holes, so I'm going to measure and mark my 3 holes. One thing you're going to want to remember when you do this kind of binding is that you don't want to punch the holes too close to the edge because it will rip through. It might be a nice idea to use hole reinforcers if you want, or to use grommets to make it even stronger. That's up to you. It's also a personal and decorative choice. So here I am marking my 3 points for my first 3 holes. And because it's corrugated cardboard, I kind of really have to make sure it's in there to be able to see it properly. And I am just double checking everything because, yeah, I lost my pencil marks in this one, as you can see. Once you've marked all of your holes, you just punch your holes. You could do 3, 5, 4, it's up to you. But because this book wasn't too big, I went for 3. So once you've punched all of your holes on your first page, you can then use that as a template for your other pages. So here, because this is my cover, first I'm going to be checking it on the cover, and then I will be punching the holes for the pages one at a time. So once you have finished punching all of your holes, it's time to measure out your string. So you're going to need 3 different pieces. In my case, if you're doing 4, you need 4. If you're doing 5, you need 5. And I like to go 4 times the length of the book because I want to have extras to use as a dangle in this instance, and I always prefer to have a bit extra than to run out. Because with this kind, you can't just add extra string in the middle. So once you have all of your pieces cut, you're going to want to begin binding from your back page and work your way forward. So you're going to take one of your strings and fold it in half equally. And then you're going to take the looped part and go in through the top, come out from the bottom, and then pull the 2 strings in the middle between your loop. So you're basically making a lark's head knot. So again, I will show you hopefully with a little bit better because I didn't see it had cropped out on the bottom, but you go in through the top, make sure your strings are straight with the loop, and then tuck your 2 other pieces into the loop and pull taut. Okay, so once you have your bottom ones put in, you're going to put your next page on top. And now this is where it kind of gets, let's say, tricky, but a bit but it's really quite simple. So line up your strings, pop them through the top of the hole. Again, straighten out the strings, make sure everything is nice and straight. Separate your 2 strings, pull the other piece in, and pull it tight. You don't need to pull it all the way tight yet until you've done all 3 of them. So you're just going to make sure that's nice and straight, tight, pull, leave it there. And then you're going to repeat again with the other two. So again, from the top, separate the two strings, make sure they're straight and each one is in the right spot, and pull the two through that and tighten your loop. So once you've finished the last one, it's time to tighten all of your loops. With this type of binding, you do need to keep tightening as you go because you can't go back and tighten it. So just make sure that it's nice and tight, and then you're going to repeat the process again with the next page. So I will just show it to you a little bit faster, but I'll let you see one more knot and then I'll speed it up a bit. So you go in from the top again, you pull through, make sure your cords are straight. Here I got them a bit tangled, so I turn them around, pull through and tighten, and then keep going until you reach your cover. All right, so now we've reached the cover, and the technique is pretty much the same, except at the very end where you want to tie off the knots. So again, just like you've done with every single other page, you go in through the top, straighten your cords, and then tighten. So here I'm just doing them all together to show you. Okay, so once you have finished doing everything and you're tightening it just like you would every other layer, this is where it becomes a bit different. So you take one end, you tuck it in through the cover, come around and out, and then you crisscross the other end again under the cover. And again, you're going to do the same thing for all of them. So take the right side, bring it in the cover, come out the left, then take the left string, go in through the left side, and come out the right side. Repeat with the last one. Okay, now again, you're going to want to give them a little tighten again because you've probably made it loose, and you're going to want to close it with a square knot. So once everything is the right tightness that you want, you do a square knot on each one. For those who don't know, it's under, over, over, under. And again, you're going to repeat with the next two. All right, and that is your binding. If you can see here, it's got a lovely kind of French braid pattern to it, little V's. It's really quite a simple but elegant binding. And here you can see how all the pages lie flat. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial on Slipknot binding. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!